Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin.
Hey folks, how's it going out there? Welcome to Pub Chat. We're here, we're live. This is going to be a show without fact, without figures, without dreams, aspirations. It's going to have no opinions, it's going to have no rants, and it's going to have no flexible comedy. So, good night, everyone.
So, important question. How's Adele doing?
Hey, Adele.
The Dow.
Oh, the Dow.
Not Adele.
Oh, so if you're asking me about the Dow, does that mean I have to talk about the Epstein files then? I'm trying to put my best Bondy forward.
Oh, Bondy.
Yeah, okay.
Bondy bombshell.
Before we get into that fucking deceitful, disingenuous bitch and that whole thing she pulled, I want to give a couple of reminders quick. So number one, it is bingo night, right? So the link is in the description, and the mods will be dropping it right now as well in the live chat. And if you see a thing, if you hear a thing, scratch it on your card or whatever the hell. It's, it's on a website, right? And in the end, somebody can win. We've got a couple of patches to send out to winners already. We got, that logo in it's in the top right as well. Why is that there? In the bottom right there, we've got a patch for that. That's really cool. We'll send it out to you.
It doesn't move.
Yeah, it doesn't rotate like that one. It's not all fancy, but they are embroidered. They're really cool. We've got 2 to send out already, and I think they finally fixed the merch store so we can actually get them sent out. I'll check in the morning because I'm drinking tonight. So,
Yeah. So if you ever want him, remind Dick in the morning.
I've got
where's my patch, you bastard?
I've got unread PMs from people, Jilk and somebody else that I got to send to. I've got it figured out. I haven't gotten that stupid. It happens though. I'm really forgetful. The other thing is timestamp. So, speaking of which, we're doing a thing on the channels now, both here and on the main channel, timestamp. So if you think something was really funny or a real pertinent news kind of opinion that should be heard again, put timestamp in the live chat and we keep a record of that so we can make shorts of those moments. Because it's better if you guys tell us what the best moments are. If we do it, we'll get it wrong. It's kind of, it's like in music. You got to have a producer. You got to have that outside opinion, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. right? So you guys tell us the timestamp thing, get your bingo cards, and then we'll discuss.
Yeah, but unfortunately, all the answers on the bingo cards have been redacted. So who
that's
knows?
right. Yeah. There should be a redacted square, and that's when somebody uses the swear button, because we don't really use it much except for comedy, right? You know, like fuck.
Oh, I can't use mine because I haven't got my fucking app open.
I'm hearing myself from the feed out instead of from the machine, and there's a tiny little delay, and it makes it almost impossible for me to use the swear button properly. I've got to fix that. It drives me crazy, actually.
Ah, dear.
So
Actually, I was sure Pam Bondi should have had. You know, I'll tell you about, and also I'm going to talk about. Yeah. And so that's my answer.
Jimmy Kimmel will have a blast with her in unnecessary censorship this week coming. Oh, come on. He's got to do that to her, right? But that whole thing was the biggest farce I've ever seen in a situation where, as I understand it, she can actually get in trouble for not answering the questions. Isn't that true?
I have no idea.
Because I thought that was the case, because she didn't answer. Like, she literally just went, oh, I'm talking to you, go through her sheets. Didn't you take a bribe once? Blah, blah. Like, it was just a farce.
Well, there was one guy there who basically just said to her, like, come on, just give us your worst. You got your burn notes in front of you. Just read them out and then get that out of the way.
That was funny, man.
Yeah, because they all knew it. They all knew it. Raskin was brilliant because he was basically saying, like, you know, you're just not doing this on our watch. You did it with the Senate, and we know what you're going to do, but not on our watch. Yeah. Not having it. But she just literally just didn't. You know, there was like simple questions like, you know, what's 1 + 1? Yeah. Well, under this administration, we've had much better. Blah blah blah. No, answer the question. Answer the question. What's 1 and 1?
Did you ask the previous administration that question? I think not. You know.
It was pathetic.
Oh my God. And this was
horrible bitch.
This is when all their numbers are going down and down as time gets towards the primaries more and more. I can't understand the logic here.
Well, I mean, we're never going to know, are we? Because what's the polling thing? Who's basically decided they're not going to do show polling anymore for president? I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's like Gallup. The Gallup.
Oh
poll.
yeah.
They've pulled out, and they're like one of the biggest.
Yeah,
they're the people everybody goes to. The Gallup poll, isn't it? And
all my life, you know,
and they're pulling out.
Yeah,
they've been told by Trump. Don't please don't stop telling the world how shit we are, please.
Yeah.
How can I gaslight everybody if you keep on telling the world how shit we are?
Yeah. But polling seems to be a little wacky and crazy these days too, because sometimes I see polling from normal news sources that show Trump is not doing well. And then every now and then some idiot on Fox comes out with a poll states blah, blah. And I can only assume that they're lying, or that they put out a sign that said, wear your MAGA hat and get a free cheeseburger, and then asked everybody at the bar that night. Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's face it, even Fox News are having a hard time trying to prop up the presidency. The only thing they've been talking about recently is some fucking halftime entertainment show in the middle of a football match.
Yeah.
That's all anybody can talk about. Oh, it's disgraceful. Disgraceful.
Did you see that sad display of lip syncing that Kid Rock put on?
I did see he had an explanation for it. He did a video explaining why it happened. I'm not buying it.
Neither am I. Neither am I. I mean, if you like, he said there was sync issues or something. If you go and watch, there's times when his mouth moves 5 syllables, the lyric was 12, and he's taken the mic away too early.
He was basically saying that he's got like his DJ, and he's one of those sort of things where you the rap takes over. You know, you have 2 people doing the rap. So he does his bit, then the second guy comes in, takes over, and does the other bit. And he was trying to basically say that was happening.
I can see. I think that actually happened in the studio, but it was him doing it with himself because he's such a smoker and stuff that he couldn't do it without doing it in 2 or 3 takes and just doing a line at a time, right? Yeah. Plus, you get that neat blend. Like you hear it a lot in Eminem tunes and so on as well, where they do a line, you can hear it, right? But that doesn't take away from the fact that what I actually think what was going on is he was so not in tune with himself in the moment that he was just getting lines in the wrong place and thinking he was on the line and stuff, right? Like, I just think he was screwing it up.
Yeah, more than likely. I mean, Kid Rock isn't like, you know, a class musician. And quite, and to be honest with you, I don't really care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I really don't care that he fucked it up and blah blah blah. It's just like,
you think the 72 people that were there live cared?
What, you mean the people filming it?
I mean, did you see they kept the cameras so tight because there was nobody there, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It was pre-recorded as well. It wasn't even live.
No. It was definitely a turning point for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's a turning point. Yeah, I wonder what they do next year. Can't wait. Yeah, no, I really honestly don't care about that, and I really don't particularly care about the Big Bunny issue either. I mean, it was a fantastic show, a great show. I wish I could speak Spanish so I could understand what he was saying. Whereas a lot of people are saying, "Oh, I wish there were subtitles." No, just learn fucking Spanish, you get. Yeah, it's like
I'm not learning Spanish just to watch one show, and he's more hip hop than anything, so I won't be listening to it anyway. You know.
But the thing is the thing. If we had an English speaking hip hop star doing the same sort of thing, you probably still wouldn't know what the fuck he was saying anyway. Do you know? You know what I mean? In modern music, you barely know what they're saying. I mean, everybody's like sings along to these songs and just like make up their own fucking words because they don't know what they're saying. So it's kind of irrelevant anyway. But I saw a fantastic rant. This guy, like 10-minute rant, is just going, "What is fucking wrong with this country? What is the fucking wrong with it? With all the shit that's going on, you lot are arguing about a entertainment spot in the middle of a football game."
Yeah.
It's boiled down to this. You got the Epstein files, you got ICE, you got murders on the streets of cities, and and just corruption all around. But no, we're gonna argue about the entertainment in a football match.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, the rest of the world is saying, "Why the fuck have you got halftime entertainment going on? Why have you got a pop show? A concert in the middle of a football match?" Nobody does that.
The Formula One's doing that these days in auto racing too. It's an entire thing over the weekend with concerts and everything. It's like, fuck, I'm just here to watch the cars, you know?
No, I'm expecting Taylor Swift's next, her next show will have like an F1 race in the middle of the show.
Hey, if she jumps in the car and does some hot laps, I'll be there to watch. But until then, I think I'll pass, you know?
Well, hang on, isn't her boyfriend like a football player?
How the fuck would I know?
You're into Taylor. You're into Tay-Tay. You know all about her lifestyle and everything. But yeah, no, she's got the contacts. She could have like a sports game in the middle of one of her concerts. In fact, get rid of the concert. Just have a sports game. Just have a singing on the pitch.
Put microphones on the players, and they all have to do like a sort of Grease musical as they're playing the game. Right?
Oh, honesty, God.
If it lets somebody raise the price of tickets, they'll be doing it next month, you know?
Oh, God, if they could figure that out, yeah.
Yeah.
Make the billionaire class happy.
Totally. Give me 1 second here. I'll grab my cooler and a beer. Talking
about the billionaire class. I wonder if Tay-Tay's in the Epstein files. she's now qualified to be in the Epstein class, so could be.
Maybe when you look in the files and they reference that chick in a one-piece bathing suit, it's actually her.
Yeah,
I doubt it.
Oh, that would look good on a 9-year-old.
Oh, Jesus. We should do a couple of shout outs here. We got Yvonne Way comes in with her membership renewal there. Big thanks, Yvonne. And then with the super sticker of the little hippo dude kind of looks like a Speedy Gonzalez with the feet doing the wheels, or maybe the Roadrunner. I can't move that fast. I can't imitate that.
Yeah.
You know.
I can do the hippo, but not the speed bit.
Yeah. I got the belly part going here a little bit, you know.
PJC there in the chat says he couldn't even name one Taylor Swift song. Well, you didn't, PJ, didn't you hear the revenge song that she wrote about you? Oh.
Yeah.
You should pay more attention, mate.
Yeah. That's actually something I could really do without when it comes to that Taylor Swift girl. Like, you want to write a revenge song and do your little public romances in songs, fine. But don't let the cat out of the bag. Keep it to yourself. Like, I just find it a little lacking of class.
Was she just like hunting down like one night stands with blokes to go, I'm going to write a song about you?
It started to look that way for a time, you know? She's some kind of succubus, you know? She'll fucking lure you in and then write a song about it, you know?
Yeah.
She's a songubus. She's a songubus.
Songubus.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, well, we sussed out Taylor Swift. That didn't take too long.
Oh, fucking Pam Bondi.
Yeah, Pam Bondi.
Pam Bondi. Now, yeah, there's lots of calls for her resignation. That's not going to happen, is it? They're not going to do that. But that horrible. There's a fantastic moment. I say fantastic. It's not. It's horrific. Moment during that hearing when all the victims stood up.
Yeah.
Raised their hands. And she couldn't even turn around and look at them.
Yeah.
And there's a fantastic shot with one of the victims standing. She's just like in the foreground, just, you know, being all blonde and bimbo-ish. And there's one of the victims in the back just staring at the back of her head, just burning eyeballs into the back of her fucking head.
And that moment where Pam kind of stumbles and starts talking about the Dow numbers.
Yeah. Let's talk. We shouldn't be talking about this.
Yeah.
We should talk about the great things the president. No, this is exactly why we're fucking here. You silly bitch. This is the whole reason for this hearing.
In that moment, people sitting behind her start smirking. The people that are asking the questions and stuff start outright laughing.
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
You know, that was just so bad. They're asking Epstein questions and she deflects with, well, the stock market's doing well.
Yeah, well, maybe you should rate more children and then just think how the stock market will go then.
Wait, was she a madam for Epstein? Because at this point, she must be so knee deep in this, or she's just, you know, she's suckling Trump's teeth nightly. I don't get it, because
she's throat deep.
Very much so, right? You know, she feels it when she gargles. I can't understand the logic here, because he's close to death. it's not like this is going to last forever. And where does she think her career is going to go after this? I'll be shocked if she can get a job as a waitress somewhere in the Congo at this point.
If she's lucky.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah. The thing is, she. There was another thing that kept coming up. Yeah, I thought it was quite amusing because sometimes a lot of people just refer to her as general, as opposed to attorney general.
Yeah,
and I can't remember who it was, but somebody slipped up and said something about her, and she goes, "I'm a general. I'm a general." And it's like, no, you're not a general. Attorney general means that you're not following a specific part of the justice system. You're not assigned to a specific part of it. You're a generalist.
Yeah,
you're not a general like in our fucking military sense.
Yeah. And somebody else said something about gave her the wrong title, and she was like, blah, blah. And the person was like, well, sorry, but honest mistake by the way you're behaving, or whatever the remark was.
I did call him a twat.
Yeah. But there were so many moments, and I can't believe that she's going to watch that back afterwards and go, nailed it. Like, what?
Yeah, there was an Onion post of basically saying that. that went really well.
yeah, man. You know, if you've got an ounce of self-awareness, even enough to look at yourself and go, I should cut my toenails, you can tell that wasn't a success.
The sad thing is about the whole affair is a lot of people in the United States won't be paying attention to it, and they won't see it, so they'll never know just how bad it was. You know, it's just another day in Washington.
Yeah,
as far as they're concerned, they don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
And it should be so, like, you know, everybody should see it, because it's just like, It's not only is it just diabolical, but it kind of like succinctly kind of like, you know, puts the entire Trump administration. It just puts it in that.
Put it all on display right there.
Yeah, exactly.
She wouldn't even acknowledge the killings, you know, incidents that happened or something. It was unbelievable. Oh, speaking of which, we do have Minnesota, Minneapolis stuff to get to here as well. But
let's get to that. Let's go straight there then. Yeah.
Well, Tom Homan here. Wait a minute. I've got a pen. So let me just get him on camera here for you. You see, you take your pen, you take your thumb, and you put a little eye there, and a little eye there, and a little frowny face. And see, I've got a Tom Homan. Do you have a Tom Homan? I have a Tom Homan.
Now in private, you got the thumb down. in private chats, me and Dick, he does that. He draws it on his anus. Just say that. And
he said still never tell.
It still looks exactly like him. I don't understand it.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's got a puckered mouth.
He's got the brown nose from having a meeting with Trump and all, you know. But he has come out and said that Minneapolis is done, and they're winding it up, and they're moving on.
Yeah, they've caught all the bad guys.
Yeah,
so take that, Liam, you 5-year-old fucking terrorist.
Oh, that poor little kid, you know, and that 2-year-old as well and whatnot. But he said Minneapolis is far safer now because of the work that we've done. He said mission accomplished, exactly the way Bush said after, you know, on the big sign on the boat, and then it was, you know, right, you know.
Yeah, I can imagine just seeing that shot of him riding off into the sunset. Camera pulls 180 and just see the city devastated. So, I did it.
Yeah, Seattle Needle thing topples over.
So the question is, what's next for ICE? Or is this the end of ICE?
Sounds like sadly for people we know, it sounds like Ohio. Because Neil Young is just going to re-release the song Ohio for Dead in Ohio, because it'll probably happen.
I hope he doesn't. Can do without that. Yeah, because this was I was wondering whether they figured out that the whole ice thing is just not working out for them, and it's making them look bad, and they might just like quietly.
I think
dissolve it.
I think they will do the Ohio thing like they've been saying. There's a little bit of an amp up in Maine as well. I think it's too early for them to drop it because it looks too weak, and the MAGA base want to see the next stop, and then they'll take excuses. But I think it's too early for excuses.
Do you think they'll be, shall we say, a bit more gentle with their approach? Or do you think they'll just be the same things we saw in Minnesota?
Well, I would have answered no, they wouldn't be nicer, but there's legal stuff going on with ICE must wear body cams and stuff going forward, and
ID.
Yeah,
as well.
So I think that it will be lighter, but I don't think it's of its own accord. I think it's only because it's being forced on them. Right. Yeah. I very, very much hesitate to give them any credit for it becoming a lighter operation as they move forward, because I don't think they deserve it. Honestly. Right. I
do think they realize that the kickback they get from the American public is not a particularly good look.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Joe Rogan and people are continuing to badmouth the administration, not just once in a blue moon, but it's becoming more regular.
There's a few other. I saw a thumbnail of a video. There's some other far right people who are kind of like not stepping down, but stepping away a little bit from their hard right views. Yeah. There's definitely a trend.
And you've also got some Republicans who are breaking ranks because they're not going to go for re-election. And those are big opportunities. And we're seeing in special elections right now, it's not going well for Republicans mostly anywhere. I mean, even a Florida mayor's race or whatever it was went blue. How the hell did that happen?
Oh yeah, they couldn't win a fucking sack race at the minute.
Exactly. Yeah. And then what was that fucking thing today that Trump shitted whatever? What do we call it when he does a truth? Because I'm not saying that, right?
A truth.
I can't remember. A dumph. Whatever. But he put out a thing saying, God damn it, I lost my train of thought.
He put out a social media thing on his Truth Social.
Yeah, and let me just go to his thing here. I
don't know which one you were referring to.
Yeah, I can't remember now.
Damn it.
Yeah, I lost it. And there's been he's just shitted all over the board again. Yeah, squirrel moment exactly, Don.
I mean, he did a presser where he was going and he was talking about how he's going to hit Iran, and he's just going to fill it with trauma. Oh yeah, no, nice.
Yeah.
Who in particular, Donald? Just the people of Iran? Are you now going to start bombing the protesters? Or what's your end goal there? I don't know. Just being an arsehole, I suppose. Oh no, he rolled back the statement about global warming.
Oh my God! And there's a thing about that. I have a thing on that here. See if I can find it here, but there's serious legal ramifications in many instances to him reversing that language.
I'd have just stuck with the moral ones, but I don't know what the legal ones are.
Yeah, no, because this lets him take down more environmental protections and so on, right?
So you can get coaly in.
Yeah, like, oh my God, that clean, wonderful coal thing they keep saying. There's no such thing.
Yeah. Coley is now chairman of the environment in the White House.
There it is. The administration scraps the legal basis for climate regulation, the endangerment finding from the EPA's guide. It's been in since 2009. Right? It's the legal and scientific basis for American climate action since 2009, when the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, responded to a Supreme Court ruling that greenhouse gases were harming Americans. Greenhouse gases. Are you already catching on to how dangerous this is? Since then, this has guided how the EPA and the other U.S. agencies regulate greenhouse gases in everything from industrial facilities to vehicles. This, now that it's scrapped, gives Trump and the administration all the power they need to totally just say, oh, well, if you want to put a data center there, I guess it's okay if you pollute 30% of the area and that kind of thing. And then it's going to be
a coal-powered data center.
Yeah, and coal power, all that pollutant going into the air is no longer a legal problem in America. There's nobody that's going to be able to provide a legal push with this as their main thing that would have worked every time, right? It's so bad. This is so bad. And so this whole thing about coal, he keeps saying we're going to bring back coal. Well, you can open some mines, and he's already forced some to keep open, even though they're not even digging. Why did he do that? Because of this. This lets him start letting people put pollutants in the atmosphere for burning coal. This is exactly what will happen.
Oh, I'm surprised.
So bad.
I'm surprised he hasn't got some kind of fucking factory just pumping carbon dioxide into the atmosphere.
Yeah. Just so he can breathe easier, right? The man is like Darth Vader. He needs a mask to help him breathe. And he just wants to create the world as a concoction of pollutants just so he can inhale his air.
You know what I think his problem is? I think he's been visited like a greenhouse, a big greenhouse somewhere. And he goes, oh, it's lovely in here. This is fine. And I didn't die.
Yeah.
So what's wrong with greenhouse gases?
It was like, I saw radishes and carrots.
Butterflies.
I even seen a cabbage. Yeah. So it's really bad. Here's a quote from the Natural Resource Defense Council. This cynical and devastating action by the Trump EPA will not go forward without a fight. We will see them in court, and we intend to win. And that's Manish Bapna, NRDC president and CEO. Well, Manish, I wish you all the luck, because God forbid these unbelievable greedy fucks who are willing to unleash the awful that was coal. Coal was the beautiful thing that was not single-handedly, but really responsible for like acid rain when I was young. And that was amazing. Please bring it back.
Yeah.
The fuck? You know?
Yeah. Who needs those economical heat pumps in your house when you can just have like a coal fire?
Yeah.
Just churning smoke into the air.
All the kids go to school with blackface because their house is full of coal soot, right?
No, because they're sweeping the chimneys.
Chimney, chim. Where's that song go?
Yeah. This is what he's doing. He's creating jobs for children. The ones he's not raping, he's creating jobs for.
Yeah. Well, if we can't ship them around the world for sex, we'll send them up the chimney.
That'll teach them.
Oh God.
And we'll get them on the way down.
Oh no. Oh man.
I mean, to be honest with you, I can't even believe we're joking about this.
I know it's awful.
It's like we shouldn't have jokes like this. The only reason we got jokes like this is because of the fucking chaos that's going on.
Can I remind everybody, if you think, wow, that's too far, yeah, go and watch Kimmel and Colbert and stuff. They make the same kind of jokes about these same topics. Come on, let's just be honest.
Well, they steal them off us.
Sometimes it seems that way.
They watch this show.
Yeah. One of their writers must be an ex-shill. Yeah, it's still subbed, you know. Yes, I see some timestamps. Thank you very much. Please keep that up, everybody. If you're here late, we're really doing a new thing now, and we could use your help. We've started recording shorts and putting them on social media and YouTube shorts because you kind of got to. And we're not always the best at figuring out what parts should be shorts. But you guys watching, well, you know what? Yeah,
all of it.
Yeah.
Every minute.
Yeah, put out a 2-hour short.
No, 200 shorts.
But you guys, when you find something good, tell us. Put timestamp in the live chat, and then we know what to make shorts out of. It would be really helpful.
And I'll tell you what, our shorts are better than Kid Rock's.
Yeah, because we wear shorts.
And we're adults. Okay.
It's disgusting, but we wear them.
I've got a list of things to get through here.
Hold on. One second. So first, let me go. Graham, welcome to the Hellraisers. Right? You guys, does everybody get the joke with the memberships on this channel? Beer drinkers and Hellraisers. Come on, give me the band name. Seriously? Do I have to spin my guitar for you?
Is it I know. Is it the Police? No. Is it George Michael? No.
My level of sadness is growing.
ABBA.
Oh God. Oh, thank you, Duncan Stewart, for saving my sanity. Yeah.
Electric Light Orchestra.
I like them, but no, it's ZZ Top, of course. Beer drinkers and Hellraisers, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great song too, because the one guy, I think it's Billy Gibbons, does Beer Drinkers, and then the guy that died there, what's his name? The bass player, Dusty. He was the guy that did Hellraisers. It's an awesome tune. Check it out.
About Dusty's probably a bit crusty now.
Oh, he was a great bass player singer, man. That was one thing when I was young. I didn't realize that there was two singers in ZZ Top. I just thought the guy had different voices he used. I didn't know.
Just passed the beard around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But second shout out here to Crazy Cat 1000. Now, funny story about Crazy Cat 1000 was Commodore first released them as Crazy Cat, but then when they brought out the Crazy Cat 500, they had to retroactively rename Crazy Cat the 1000. So,
yeah, what they should have called him is the 1024 because that's the right number of bits. But they thought that would confuse the public.
Yeah. Hey, Atari went with the 512, but right? But so Crazy Cat comes in with in 2016. Trump took Viagra for hold on a minute here. My screen isn't big enough. I can barely read it. Sorry, one second. In 2016, Trump took Viagra for some stormy playtime. After paying for her silence in court for fraud, he pleaded not guilty, calling it a rigged erection. Well, I like that very much.
Bum tish.
Even if Trump took Viagra, it wouldn't disturb the cut of his pants.
It'd still be a little fucking mushroom. Oh, look, you got a portobello.
No, I think for him, it's more like a bean sprout. You know? You know.
So good news. We got some good news. So
the Dacia Sandero is coming in black.
So Senator Kelly and his
yeah.
Well, they got good news because the courts has basically said fuck off to Trump with his legal case against them, where they basically just stated the Constitution.
Yeah.
And also Hegseth has been smacked in the face because he tried to block his payments, his pension payments.
Yeah.
And they said, no, you can't do that. So fuck off, Heggy.
Yeah, the judge said that Hegseth was unlawfully retaliating against Senator Mark Kelly. Like the judge didn't spare words here. He basically said, "You frat party fuck off."
That's a quote.
It should be, you know.
That was in the statement by the judge. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to say to that. It's great. It's great news. Mark Kelly and his cohorts have won over that, and so we can move on now.
Yeah. But now one of the things I really liked about Mark Kelly, because he came right out with some good talks and appearances and stuff, and he said, as soon as this became publicly known, he was getting texts and messages from people saying, right on, this is great, and he was saying, no, this is not great. The fact that it had to go this far, the fact that our administration literally wanted us charged and threatened of hang, saying that we were seditious, which is a charge only one step lower than treason.
Yeah. Well, when the fact is, it's gone through like the legal courts and blah 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 over just like a ridiculous claim anyway, and but that is Trump's rule of chaos. He just wants to fill the courts with shit.
Yeah.
So just everybody's just like running amok.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
He stated that it's part of Project 2025.
Yes. I was just trying to cough so I could get that out of my mouth, but this is actually part of the project.
Yeah.
Is you flood all avenues of contention and blockage with so much that you just start getting things through because nobody can keep up, right?
Do you know Trump's regime at the minute? I was watching a classic movie the other day. A classic movie. See if you can guess.
What about Bob?
This was the opening lines. Clytus, I'm bored. What plaything can you offer me today? An obscure body in the SK system, Your Majesty. The inhabitants refer to it as the planet Earth. So peaceful it looks. Dum 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 dum. Flash!
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm a bit of a prick there, but this is exactly what's going on. It's like he's like throwing the hot hell, whatever is on the list.
Can I just say, every time I hear the intro to Flash, I expect to hear Terminator X from Public Enemy. If you know the album, It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back, you know what I'm talking about. It's taken over. That's now a Public Enemy song. So
okay.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about it. It's one of the greatest albums of all time. It really is. If you don't know the record, go and listen to It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back, and you'll understand everything that was amazing about hip hop before it became gangster rap.
Ooh. Well, put it on the server and send me a link.
It's already on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I can't go without that album in my life. It's just that good, right?
What did you say it was? ABBA or Arrival? Is that the one you said? I can't remember.
Those are foreign words to me. It does not compute.
I've forgotten already.
Yeah. Mr. Roboto only speaks in binary, and that ain't it.
Okay. I got something to rile you up here. I'll get you into a fucking rage. Tell me, Mr. Dawson, what do you think about Canadian bridges at this moment in time? What do you like a little bridgie to go from one place to another?
Do you mean the ones that we paid for and then share with our neighbors?
Because the United States would not put money into it.
Yeah. Do you know? Okay, now let's tell this story properly, right?
Let's go back to the beginning, boys and girls.
Right. So this bridge has been in the works for a long, long time. I think it's called the Gordie Howe Bridge, right? Because a Canadian hockey player made his career in Detroit, and it was the perfect name to show the two countries being together. Now, Canada,
he built bridges a lot.
Yeah, actually out of hockey sticks. So it's really talented guy. And he even knew Tim Horton, the guy that went on to be the donut guy. So, that's cool, right? But so the bridge was pretty much paid for by Canada. We had workers from both sides of the water. I was going to say the pond, but that ain't right. But the water doing the thing. Is they were building it from America coming towards us and from Canada going towards them. Trump erroneously said that there was no American steel and blah, blah on the bridge. There damn well was. And now he's ranting and raving, saying that we have, taken from them and the bridge will not be allowed to open until they've been, treated fair, whatever the fuck it was, right? It's all just bullshit. But the reality of the situation is the people over on the other side, Windsor and whatnot there, on the other side, in America, they've already said, the president can't stop us from opening the damn bridge. It's our state and whatnot. But more than that, back in his first term, Trump fast-tracked this to happen because America was getting it without paying for it. Right. And he fast tracked it. He thought it was an awesome idea, blah, blah, blah. So why did he flip flop? Because a billionaire family owns another bridge just down the water.
Yes.
And it's called
that bridge.
Yeah. It's called the Ambassador Bridge, and it's heavy tolled. And the family alone owns the bridge and gets the money pretty much. Right. And they are flipping out because this new Gordie Howe Bridge is about to be open. And the family went to Trump and was pleading, blah, blah, do something. And that's when he started flipping out. This is to protect billionaires, not to induce commerce and trade the way it was meant to help people. This is about protecting billionaires again. So there you go.
Funny how this only came to light to Trump like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
When the family started complaining about this new bridge that has probably been on the planning stage for God knows how many years. The building,
and Trump himself loved the idea of it in his first term, but now that it could affect the lives of billionaires, there's a problem.
But he's saying he wants half ownership of it and stuff like that. So he's going to put his fucking name on it,
But you know what he'll do is he'll take partial ownership, even though we've already shared ownership. So that's a thing. But what he wants to do, this is my guess, but it's educated guess. He wants to take the ownership away from the state. Who the fuck's on the other side of, is it Michigan, Detroit, and everybody? Yeah, it's got to be Michigan, right? Michigan on the other side that has the other side of the bridge. He wants to take Michigan out of the equation. And what he'll do is make it federally owned instead. And then he'll give it to this fucking billionaire family who have the other bridge so that they're being compensated for loss of income by getting income out of this, their side. That's what's I guarantee that's what comes out of this.
They'll put a toll on the road that comes off the bridge. Outside the jurisdiction of the actual ownership of the bridge, but just on the roads that lead off the bridge, they'll put a toll on it.
You watch. If Trump has his way, that billionaire family that owns the Ambassador Bridge, shitty name, by the way, Gordie Howe, way cooler. Ask a Canadian, they'll fucking tell you. Or ask somebody from Detroit, they'll tell you too. And it's absolute bullshit, man. It's this thing is like basically, I think it's ready to open in like a month.
Yeah.
You know, like the parts are almost touching, or they touched, and it's now just the icing on the cake, so to speak, right?
Yeah, I think they're just basically painting the lines on the road now.
Yeah. Sorry ass sack of shit, man. You know.
I know.
Yeah, it's a total mafia shakedown, like Duncan Stewart says in the chat there, right? Well, absolute bullshit. But I guarantee it's all about this billionaire family. And the thing is this billionaire family, the guy who was the billionaire that built the bridge is dead. And now it's just his crybaby bitch son. So it's basically one Trump talking to another. Hey, I'm a loser without my daddy's money. Really? So am I. Well, why don't we play patty cakes in the nude? You know, I mean, it's just
patty cake.
Patty cake should be on the bingo card.
I'm just thinking Roger Rabbit. Oh, please.
That was good. That was really good. Oh God.
What else we got? I've just got highlights here to send Dick down a fucking rabbit hole. Here's a rabbit hole for you. I've realised now why Trump is against trans people.
Why Melania has a really thick cock?
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, probably got a bigger cock than he has, and she's probably totally all female. She's still got a bigger cock. Her clitoris is bigger than his cock.
Yeah. When that nub gets excited, wow, is he jealous?
Yeah, but he's never seen it, so he don't know. he wouldn't know to find it. It's just like the Epstein files. It's lost in there.
It's a myth. It doesn't exist.
Release the clitoris files. Now, I think Donald Trump grew up as a young man watching Looney Tunes and all that kind of shit. I think Donald Trump used to find Bugs Bunny attractive when Bugs dressed up as a lady. And I think this is why he hates trans people.
He still can't come to grips with the fact that he'd get a little stiffy every time Bugs put on the lipstick.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, it's quite sexy. I think old Donnie has been traumatized from an early age.
I have a way we can test this. If any of you fellow babies out there watching us right now ever get the chance to be like in front of Trump in one of those, shake his hand lines or whatever, just say, hey, Mr. President, you ever kiss a rabbit between the ears? And if he says no, just pull the pockets of your jeans out.
Oh, please. Yeah, no, well, the thing is, I thought you were going to say just turn up dressed as, as a rabbit, and but in a dress. yeah. Or he could do I'm not pretty. I'm just drawn that way. Right? Yeah, Jessica Rabbit. Yeah, that's it. Right? Yeah. I bet that's who he envisions the two times he had sex with Melania without paying for it. Dear. What can you imagine when Trump proposed to Melania? Look, instead of me paying by the hour, why don't you just move in and, I'll do a prenup that gives you 10%. He never proposed to her. He just handed her a contract. It's the art of the deal, baby. It's the art of the deal.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. The only thing that wasn't gold in his life is the wedding band he gave her.
Got off the shower curtain.
Yeah. Took him $12 at Cracker Jack to find that ring. Yeah. Why it's sticky.
Fucking hell.
There was a couple other things here going in the news. I got some stuff open.
What serious stuff?
Well, there's the story of, it turns out that ICE aren't completely targeting brown people with accents. Because it turns out if you're white with an accent, they could get you too. There's the Irishman. Valid U.S. work permit. Been there for years. He's been in ICE custody now for like 4 months or something, 5 months. And he's got valid papers.
They hate the Irish. They do.
You know, they probably were like, dude, we've had to shut down. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. That makes no sense because Canadians aren't buying American booze right now. So they need everybody they can to drink alcohol in America. And if an Irishman ain't going to do it, who is? I mean, seriously.
The Germans.
That's true. But I don't think there's a lot of Germans that are literally putting up their hands for free vacations in America right now.
Well, no, they're just not saying they're Germans anymore because.
No, I am Russian. My name is Vladimir.
I was just following the orders.
But yeah, this poor guy's had been in ICE custody for 5 months now. And he's married to a U.S. citizen, runs a plastering business in the Boston area. And whilst buying supplies at a hardware store, he was arrested in a random sweep. And that was that. They grabbed him up.
Wow.
Yeah. The guy is not somebody.
What's next? Italians?
Yeah.
Italian Americans?
Exactly, you know? I mean, seriously. I was shocked because I have been saying very much since this all kicked off. You notice that, you can be white and have an accent and you're all right. But, as long as you're brown, you're fucked. Oh, it's actually happened to a white guy. Can't believe it.
Well, and as we pointed out on previous shows, the guys who are involved with the Alex Pretty murder were Spanish descent.
Ah, wow.
So, it's just like racism on all levels now. It's just like, it doesn't matter. You could be an ICE agent. I mean, I've heard stories of ICE agents who had their family members, their wives, deported because they're foreign. And it's just like, well, what do you do? I mean, do you fight? If you're an ICE agent, do you fight it and just say, "Yeah, fair cop"? She is a foreigner. Yeah, okay.
Well, if you're an ICE agent, I think you're allowed to line up outside of a plastic surgery hospital and just pick a Christian wife as they come out and just take one for yourself.
Yeah, beat her up a little bit first.
Exactly. Yeah. As long as you got a 6-pack of beer and you smell like body odor, you get one for free.
Yeah, she's not a Christian wife unless she's got a black eye.
Oh, well, according to South Park, and they would know, right? No.
What you mean? Those documentarists?
Yes, exactly.
Of our time. Yeah.
Turns out that they had their finger on the pulse since day one, man.
God, we need those guys, but more than ever. They should. Yeah. They should be. I was thinking about this the other day. I was watching Jon Stewart.
If they do it on LSD, I'd elect them both to the White House right now.
Oh yeah, well there you go. Talking about Jon Stewart again. Now, Jon Stewart stuff. He is his bit as he works on Monday. That's the day he works. Yeah. So his show comes out on Monday. I usually see it on Tuesday, and I watch it. And I think, fucking hell, John, you could be doing this every single fucking day.
Yeah, yeah.
It's such.
Yeah,
I prefer him over all the others because you got your Stephen Colbert and you got your Jimmy Kimmel, but Jon Stewart just hits the nail on the head.
You know what it is?
Every single time.
He's the most energetic. He gets the most exasperated and over the top about it and all that without actually being over the top. It really just seems like somebody who's just, I can't fucking believe what's going on here. And surprisingly, he's the most energetic and he's the oldest of the bunch.
Yeah.
Right?
And interesting, on Monday, he was doing an interview with somebody. I can't remember who it was. Okay. It doesn't matter. And he was asking, that person if they're gonna run for president, or does he know anybody who's gonna run for president? And the question was thrown back at him, and yet again, he never answered.
Yeah.
I think he might. I think he might run for president as an independent.
I don't think an independent can get enough votes to take the White House in America. And
I didn't say he'd win.
No, but hold on. An independent that can garner quite a few votes is literally just taking people away from the not Trump regime side where the vote needs to fucking be. What people like Jon Stewart could do is, as soon as the Democrats settle on a candidate that's worth a fuck, they could lend a voice big time in support. I think it's the better move.
No, I'm not saying it's not. But I just think that there's something going on in the back of his head that I don't know what it is.
Stewart is intelligent enough, but there's no way that somebody to keep themselves from fidgeting, so you scribble it on paper like an old talk show host from the 70s would do or whatever, has the thing to truly be the president. It would, like, Trump doesn't have the mentality of like a Barack Obama who can focus and really, switch from one thing to the other without his own petty shit getting in there and stuff and whatnot. I use Barack Obama as a recent example because, fresh in memory, right? But
Barack was a good example of an old school politician that rose up to the ranks of presidency.
Yeah.
Trump is a it was
moron.
TV
yeah,
star.
Yeah. He's the you're fired president, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's all he's was good at, and even then, I don't think he was good at that. But
it was the only thing he was successful at. Was the Apprentice. It's the only thing of his that was a success.
Yeah, and that's no through any accolade that he put in. That's the production company. So
I wouldn't.
We should put them in charge.
Yeah. I wouldn't doubt that the Russian mob are putting $100 million a year just into running his Trump Tower because there's no businesses and whatnot. I mean, the thing's fucking half empty. That thing cannot be making money. There's no way.
Well, you can't go in it without wearing fucking sunglasses, without being glared with all the gold.
Yeah, fool's gold everywhere, right?
Yeah. So anyway, Jon Stewart, interesting. I'm gonna keep my eye on him because there might be something interesting comes out.
If Stewart aligned with the Democratic Party, then I think it's a good idea. As an independent, I think it's a waste of votes.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. Whether the Democrats will let him in is another
No, they
thing.
would never. Right now, they're all about, like they're not going to take a celebrity and put them in. And then I don't think the Democrats are there yet. Although that's kind of what Trump is. So
yeah. They should consider it because, quite frankly, they seem to be very weak at the minute.
Yeah,
but I still think they're kind of like biding their time. They're letting the Republicans hang themselves enough. Just at the right time, they're going to come in. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just guessing at this point.
Kamala Harris looks to be maybe gearing up for a run. And to be honest, last time you couldn't get those that couldn't give a fuck to vote to get off their asses to vote. And had you been able to, Trump wouldn't have got elected. There were so many people that didn't vote that now don't like Trump. Had you just been able to reach them, Democrats, not just Kamala Harris, but Democrats, you would have done better. I personally think that Walz would have been the one. His charisma in the run-up was far superior to Harris's. I would have loved to have seen a chick become president, right? For sure.
They should have flipped it. They should have had Tim Walz.
He's way more charismatic, man, when he talks and stuff. He really sounds like an average, everyday guy that just happens to be really educated and intelligent,
I don't want to come across as racist, but, but he's also like the old white guy. And, unfortunately, the United States of America has still got enough racist hate in it. They'll never vote for a black woman.
Yeah.
One day,
I actually think that Michelle Obama would have a decent chance.
I'm not too sure she would, because
I think because
that's almost like celebrity status in the same way as
it's similar.
Jon Stewart is,
but it might go the way that Hillary Clinton's went, where it's like, oh, you're the wife of, we've been there, done that, right? But I think she'd do decently well. Like, people love that girl, man.
Well, Hillary didn't get voted in.
No, Hillary had a real bad go of it with that whole. You remember the Hillary email scandal, right? Of course, right? But there's right before elections, the Republicans said, blah, blah, we just caught her. That's it, blah, blah. And there was this, charges are being done, the whole 9 yards. And it was right before the elections. And it really was a big impact of switching the polls to the reality of how things played out. And right after the elections, they had to all admit, oh, sorry, false alarm. It was nothing. And that turned the tide right there. Without that moment, Hillary had a way better chance. She really did. She got totally screwed by propaganda bullshit, in my view of the world.
I think Hillary could just like hammer it now. It's like, so I was sending emails out on an unsecure server. Okay. Yeah. Mr. Trump, you're in the Epstein files 1 million times. You're a convicted felon. Blah 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 blah. So you can just have a go at me about some emails. Yeah, it's like,
I know
the comparison is nothing now.
I know, it's unbelievable the difference, right? But the magosphere would still very much, because it's man against woman, so many of these magosphere guys are also manosphere guys, right?
Well, yeah, but also they wouldn't even change their tune anyway, would they?
The hardcore never will. They'd rather make excuses. Like, how many times have we seen these righty hardcore podcasters that go, no, he didn't mean it like that. He meant this and blah, blah. And then a month later, what they said is obviously wrong, but nobody calls them on it because they don't want truth. They don't want free and open anything. They want their side to win so they can go, ha ha, you crybaby fucks, we beat you.
Well, it goes back to the Epstein files, where it's she was 15, but it's barely legal. No, it's still it's still illegal.
Another guy said, I saw this today and I couldn't believe my fucking eyes, but he was a hardcore righty podcaster fuck. And he said, look, I know there's an email that says, ooh, I'm bringing in a really cute one from Brazil. She's 9 years old, 9YO. And he said, but you know how it is when you do copy and paste and things get all garbled. No, I have never had that happen. And I have been doing copy and paste since the 80s on computers, motherfucker. Never once have I seen it drop the one. Never.
Well, unless you selected the text and missed off the one when you copied it.
But not when the one is before the 9 in the YO. It doesn't work that way, right? You know, I couldn't believe he sold that as a thing. Right?
Yeah.
You know, when the obvious blah, blah. It's like, how many times have you used this excuse because you texted your wife an OnlyFans thing instead of the recipe ingredients, right? You know?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I don't know how that 16-year-old with a dildo got in there, honey. You know? And then what about this one here? This really scares the shit out of me. Where is it? Because you know how we're having real problems. Not we, but in America, you're having real problems with the FDA and the guy that eats crows while swimming in other people's shit. RFK Jr. there, right?
Oh God, that.
Yeah.
Skank.
Yeah. So, you know what just happened? Moderna has a new mRNA flu vaccine. Now, you know how the conspiracy theorists got all up in arms because the mRNA vaccine for COVID was new and it was rushed to market and all that bullshit, even though mRNA vaccines had been studied and worked on for like 20 years so they could be deployed quickly in an emergency. That's the absolute reason they were designed. So what has the American FDA done? They have now refused to even review for approval the new flu vaccines. They won't even review the file. They said, nope, not happening.
Do they want everyone dead?
I believe that they want the absolutely uneducated and stupid to die at this point. Do you remember back during COVID, complete idiots would be on X and Twitter or whatever the fuck it was called at the time saying, Bill Gates just ordered that the world has to have 2 billion people die and blah, blah, and all this bullshit. It turns out that I think some of that conspiracy theory is correct. They just got it flipped backwards. It wasn't Bill Gates and them and COVID and everything. It's through the CDC and the FDA and stuff, because they keep trying to tell people that can't think for themselves to not take care of themselves. That's us, man.
Apparently, there are some bits in the Epstein files about Bill Gates having conversations about getting rid of the poor, which might be where some of that conspiracy has come from.
Yeah. But there's a lot of people in the big rich things, and people that believe in like the Illuminati and stuff have been saying this for a long time, that the super echelons of power have decided that there's too many people, not enough resources to go around, and we've just got to let the useless poor die. And it's starting to look like they weren't totally wrong.
But they were just looking in the wrong place.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So, a letter from the FDA, some director, Vinay Pasrad, or I don't know what the fuck his name is, said the agency doesn't consider the application to contain an adequate and well-controlled trial because it didn't compare the new shot to the best available standard of care in the United States at the time of study. Now, there has been in the last 6 hours or so, the Moderna president has been, and he's a doctor, he's not just a business guy, right? He's been on multiple media sources doing interviews. And this whole thing was done with the government all through the trials and stuff with their approval. But that was during the last administration. Now, after the last trial was done and they're ready to submit all the papers to say, look, we're ready to release this to the public. The new administration under RFK Jr. says, no, we won't even review it. It's unbelievable. And measles is rising, and yet this guy bathes in other people's shit while feeding his worms to his crows or what. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How can this be reality? How? Right? And so what's going on is RFK Jr. is a known vaccine skeptic, but now what he's proving is it's very much based on mRNA vaccines. That's his real big fear, right? That's why he didn't like the COVID vaccines and whatnot as well. And there's a huge group of these anti-vaxxers that are petrified of this mRNA vaccine stuff because to them, it sounds like you're messing with the DNA
yeah, it's the devil's work.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really bad. So, I mean, God, if you've got a Magite in your sphere of influence and you're an American, please try to educate them on the fact that vaccines just cause adults. That's it.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with watching your children grow up.
No.
Oh, God. But yeah, it scares the shit out of me, man, every time. So, oh, God, you know what scares the shit out of me even more, though? A brand that is near and dear to my heart and Dunk's as well, Toyota.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
Trojan?
No, Jack Daniels.
Analese? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Toyota.
Yeah. So Toyota's new Highlander, and if you're unfamiliar because you live in Europe, the Highlander over in America is just the what's it called? What do you got?
The Toyota Land Cruiser.
The Prada.
The Prada.
Yeah, the slightly smaller version, right?
Yeah.
So in North America,
the tiny baby version.
Yeah. You don't get the big diesel V8, but you know. Dunk's got the big diesel V8.
I had some cunts knocking on my door, some fucking Irish fucking jippos go, is it for sale? I was just like, yeah, 40,000.
You know what?
And you know what they said? So how many miles has it got in the clock? And it's just like, yeah, right. I just said 40,000 and you didn't blink an eyelid. You fucking scam eyes. Fuck off.
No, yeah, but you know, that's the kind of thing, like they know that yours is a popular vehicle, so they'll set you up for a scam because offer money, right? You know?
Yeah. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. Well, I had a thing too, before we go to that. I noticed more and more that little car I bought a Mercedes SLK. It's a little 2-seater sports car, right? Really cool. And it's the first I've had a bunch of sports cars in my life, right? A whole whack of them. And it's the first sports car that women love. My God, yesterday or 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago, my son and I were at the grocery store and we come out and there's 3 little old grannies standing around going, ooh, what a cool car. I was like, what's going on? You know, but all my life, I've had a few Porsche 944s, 968, a couple of cool BMWs, Toyota Supra and so on and whatnot. And all I ever happens is that dudes go, hey, cool car, man. But now that I've got this one, I got chicks saying it's cool. So finally, it took me 40 years, but I got it figured out.
Are they looking at the Mercedes badge and thinking it's like one of the high class? What's the high class ones they make?
S.
The Maybachs or something like that.
Well, in Mercedes parlance, whatever. The S class is their big bad one until you get to the Maybach range, right? Mm-hmm. And mine is an SLK. So it's get
more letters.
Yeah. Well, it's got an S. So some people think it's really cool, but it's actually just a C class with a different body, right? You know,
sucks little kids. That's okay.
No, it does not. It's a throwback to an old race car. Do not do that. No, I'll have to sell it, and I like it.
Is it on an Epstein list?
It's not. At least not my VIN number, baby.
Has it been to the island?
It has not.
Pam Bondi, we need you in here for the chat. Anyway,
It's small enough you could put it in carry-on luggage to get it there, you know.
Toyota Highlanders.
So the Toyota Highlander, which is, you know, our beloved big one in North America, they've just announced the new one. And let me just get this right, because I do want to make sure that I set the mood for this properly. It's an all electric. Oh God. Yeah. So nobody will care. Nobody will buy it. They'll have to re-engineer the chassis as at least a plug-in hybrid or something like that to save it. And we'll see how it goes.
They'll have to make the frame out of carbon fiber. I mean, I'm not going to write it off. I'd like to see it and see what it's all about. But yeah, I mean, you know, the whole thing about the Land Cruiser line of cars is all about, you know, the power and the torque.
Yeah, man.
Is that gonna?
Well,
is that going to pull a tank out of a ditch?
Well, here's the thing: an electric motor has serious amounts of torque. That's cool, right? But
to a point.
Yeah, and the thing is have you ever watched those drag races with Tesla Model Plaids and all these super fast electric cars? They're really quick until the horsepower of the V12 and the other real engines start taking over. And that's because torque gets you going. Horsepower cuts you through the wind. And you know, you go to the half mile and stuff or do a rolling race, and the electrics aren't so cool anymore. And that's why I think most people are, you know, like in this day and age, Dunk, like you, don't buy a brand new diesel because it's got so much garbage on it. It's never going to get you to 100,000 miles. You got to go back to the 2008s and 10s and 14s and stuff to get a real truck now, right? It's you know, it shouldn't be like this. I understand emissions, but there's a person for an electric car and there's a person for not. There's a person for a plug-in hybrid. There's a person for not. The government shouldn't have been so restrictive on the car companies. And then we wouldn't be in this position where people that need to buy a used car like me have almost no options right now because 3/4 of them suck. And I've got to go back in time and buy an older car with the knowledge that I'm going to have to spend $3,000 on it to get it up to spec again. The fuck, really?
Well, like I was telling you on the show, the last show we were on, in the UK, they're punishing people on vehicle tax on older cars, which are perfectly fine. They're great cars, they work, but they're punishing people on vehicle tax because they're old. And it's like, well, okay, I've got an old car and it still works. So you want me to get rid of it to buy a new car? Where's the ecology in that? What how is this great for the environment?
Well, you guys did this already.
A decent car.
Do you remember Dunk? Do you remember Dunk around 2005, 2007? You guys did this in the UK. You guys did this thing where the government will give you money to scrap your old car and buy a new one.
Yeah.
And it was the dumbest thing in the world because those old cars are easier to keep going. Emissions and stuff. Well, just get a better catalytic converter. I mean, it's not that difficult.
Well, the thing is, it's not even just that. It's the fact that they move the goalposts.
Yeah.
Every fucking year. So you go. So you had a load of people who were buying like electric cars. You know, oh no, road tax and all this kind of stuff. Oh no, you're paying no, that's gone. Yeah, you're paying road tax on it, and it's like.
Well, but I bought this car based on the fact that I wouldn't fucking have that.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, and those, you know, then they'll go pay for paper mile and all this kind of stuff, and it's like, well, why?
or look at this.
Why did you suggest? I mean, I started going into diesel cars because the government said diesel cars are more efficient and more effective. So buy a diesel. Oh no, you got a diesel car now because it's smelly.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Volkswagen did that whole Dieselgate thing. Honestly, a lot of companies did it as well, but Volkswagen got the worst of it, right? But it was to the point of madness where, like, look in America, you've got this thing where cars get penalized hard for emissions, but trucks are considered work vehicles and they get by on way less emissions bullshit, way less. So what did the car companies do? They put leather and stuff in trucks, big 4 seats, huge screens and stuff, and now everybody pays $70,000 for a fucking pickup truck. And yet they get away with emissions because it's a truck. How is that fucking fair? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like you get a whole tax write-off thing.
Yeah.
If your car has got a commercial chassis.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't in America, they have the gas guzzlers tax, but not on trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Right? American trucks are the joke that beats all the regulations. You don't have to apply a whole bunch of the safety things for trucks, right? Like, you notice cars have these bulbous front ends now, and it's for pedestrian safety. If you hit somebody, instead of it being a low-slung sports car front nose that just cuts you off at the knees, now you bounce off the hood, sort of, right? Well,
as long as you don't damage the car.
Right. Well, and it destroys the car, right? But at least if it's a sports car, right? But with a pickup truck that's 3 inches lifted with all the blah, blah and whatnot, there's no pedestrian safety. They just become jam in your radiator grill. So why do the cars have to bother with this shit when Americans buy more, well, Canadians too these days, buy more trucks than anything else?
Well,
why bother?
At least if you got a truck, you got the clearance to hit someone and they pass underneath the car.
Yeah, as long as they don't hit the diff, you're okay.
If you're a sports car, they have to be like this, like a cheese slice.
Yeah,
to get underneath it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's unbelievable the way that all works, right? Here, shout out here, Mexi girl herself in the chat, coming in with a donation direct through PayPal, nonetheless, of $6.66. And I do believe that this is for the bingo handouts. Yeah, cool. And of course, the boom fund. Awesome. Hey, thanks, Mexi. Very cool indeed. Yeah, we're gonna get ourselves in a pickle if we don't at least get like $8-9 in super chats a show in playing bingo, because that's what it costs us to send somebody a patch. I think maybe 10. I don't know, but whatever, we'll figure it out. Thanks, Maxie.
Talking about the boom funds. What?
I got one too, so go ahead.
No. Israel has been caught out using thermobaric bombs.
What?
In Palestine. Evidence is becoming clear that they've been using these thermobaric bombs. Now, if you don't know, a thermobaric bomb, it's basically what it does is the bomb explodes and throws out like a petroleum fluid, an aluminium, and then it ignites it. It's a fuel air bomb. Yeah. Graham put it in the chat. And what happens is that air ignites to 3,500 degrees centigrade.
Oh my God.
So
that would vaporize skin.
It literally vaporizes people. And this is starting to come out now
That is some disgusting, horrible shit.
It's actually supposed to be illegal, although this seemed to be being.
Well, it's not like America's going to enforce that, will they? You know?
Well, it seems like it was American bombs that were used.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
disconfibulators.
Hey, yeah, discombobulate. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Boom Fun. It just.
Oh my God!
I thought I'd throw that in there. Yeah, it's.
Can
disgusting.
I just say, Netanyahu? What the fuck is that piece of shit's name? Netanyahu? What the
fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. You fucking piece of shit. What the fuck is wrong with you?
And it's also been claimed that it's been used in Ukraine as well. So
wow.
So
yeah,
it's just fucking nuts. I mean,
yeah. And okay. Mick Riley says, and sucks the air out on the way down. Yeah, like something that burns that. Oxygen.
It's called a vacuum bomb.
Yeah. Even if you're far enough away not to be torched, you probably can't breathe, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Carl's got bingo.
was a vacuum bomb on the bingo card?
Yeah. Turns out it might have been. Hey! All right. So, Carl, are you in the Discord? If you are, just tap my name, right click it, whatever, and do message and send me a message and just say, hey, and I'll log into the store as soon as it's fully fixed. I think it should be done. Let's say Monday I'll do it just because I'll probably get drunk over the weekend and screw around and stuff. You know what I mean? And
send a screen grab of your bingo card so we
can you got to do that. Yeah. Send it to somebody that was paying attention. One of the mods, right?
Yeah. Send it to Pam Bondi. Yeah, I'm sure she'll.
Yeah. And she'll answer you with, why she won at chess.
Right. Okay. Okay, Dick. I'm gonna ask you a serious question here.
Oh God.
Let me probably smoke my.
Wait, you have to go to your cheat sheets for it,
no,
Mr. Bondi.
I'm just going to smoke my cigarette for a moment, just for comedic timing.
We can't see it. You realize that, right?
I know. That's why I use the avatar. I've been thinking about going on camera, okay, and I think quite frankly, people don't want to see like a toothless old git in the UK smoking cigarettes and drinking wine, and so I thought, just stick with that. But anyway,
what's the difference? The only difference between you and me is my hair's darker and longer.
No, you. No, okay. Hang on a second.
I'm not your hooker. I'm not hanging on. There we go.
This is the difference.
Look, it's Dunk. Oh, okay. Shit. I was going to pin you.
No. Okay. A serious question. Superheroes. Right.
Okay. I am one, so continue.
No, you're not.
Oh, I am. Every time I fall asleep, I save at least 5 people.
by not raping them.
I'm the sleepwalker.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Why is it that superheroes seem to be predominantly from the United States of America? Have you noticed that globally in the Marvel universe, the DC universe, and all that shit around the world.
Yeah.
Superheroes are only in the United States of America.
Well, there's a couple.
That's got to be a cultural reason for that.
Well, there kind of is, right? The superheroes come out of the whole, World War II, Captain America, Superman, and all that stuff. They come from this need to feel invincible and whatnot. And America,
I hate to tell you, but we went through World War II as well.
I know that. You guys actually went through it in a very different way, though. You guys went through it. America showed up for it, right?
Right. Yeah, we got biggles.
Yeah, and then it continues with the whole nuclear scare, Cuban Missile Crisis, and blah blah. But there's something about that America really took to the idea of the comic books and the superheroes as kids, and then when those kids got older, they became the ones that turned them into cartoons and stuff, and so on, and it just kept going,
Yeah,
but I see what you mean, because very few are from like Wakanda or whatever. It took forever. There's a guy from Russia who's kind of like a superhero that's in the Deadpool universe. He's the guy that's the cop from Stranger Things.
Yeah, but that's an American US comic. It's not like it happens in Russia.
Yeah,
where they have like superheroes and shit. We don't have superheroes in the UK. I mean, I think the only superhero we got in the UK is not even a superhero. It's Bond. That's not a superhero. That's just different. A bloke.
We had Captain Canuck as a comic book guy for a time, and that really sold well. I mean, there's never been Canadians who liked the idea of being called Canucks, except for the stupid Vancouver hockey team. They've got to get over that, But yeah, you're not wrong. There's not a lot of comic books that come out of anywhere, as far as I know, right?
Yeah. BJ says we did have a superhero in the UK. It was Super Ted. We had Banana Man.
Yeah.
That was shit.
Yeah. There's
Danger Mouse.
Yeah, like David in the chat says, Colossus, X-Men, he's Russian. Yep. But he doesn't date back to like the 50s and all that, or does he? Right? I don't really know.
Yeah, but he's Russian, but not in Russia.
It's not a Russian comic hero or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And but this is the thing. I'm just wondering if this whole this thing of having superheroes in the United States is a desperate plea for justice in America that is still not. I mean, we you look back in history, and it's still not happening. I mean, we look at it now. It's it's really, really shit. But it was never in a good place.
Yeah,
and I think the superhero is kind of like.
Well, you guys tried
as a replacement of just trying to get to something where America wanted to be, the American dream and all that kind of shit. Well,
I mean, look at Superman, truth, justice, and the American way, right? In the modern movies, they've dropped the American way. I noticed they stopped saying that.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Well, what exactly was the American way anyway?
Well, the American way after World War
kind of vague.
No, but the American way comes from the end of World War II. We fight fascists and stuff. We're democracy. We're freedom for everybody. Well, you can't say that anymore.
No, because we put them in fucking charge.
Exactly. I handed them the goddamn keys, I got a shout out here from Carl Jacobson. Throws another 5-bot into the chat there. That's 20 on Carl today. Good on you, buddy. Thank you so much. He says, no, I didn't get bingo. I was just making a donation towards bingo, but I'm a happy beer drinker, Good one, Carl. Hey, thanks, buddy. That's really cool, man. That's really cool. So now we can actually afford to send the patch. Look at that. It's amazing. I know.
You got to stitch it yourself now.
Yeah, well, if we get one more, we could make it a T-shirt.
the other thing as well. I mean, going back to the old Bad Bunny, and I don't mean Bugs Bunny dressing with some woman.
That's what he used to mean. No, Bad Bunny used to be when Bugs put on his beard and did the alternate universe thing.
I swear to God, and until I heard about Bad Bunny, the only Bad Bunny I knew was the one in the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail with the pointy teeth. But no, here's the thing.
I was expecting Ricky Martin, and he's not that. I was expecting somebody who could sing, and he's like a rapper, a hip hop guy. You know
what? Ricky Martin?
No, Bad Bunny.
Oh, yeah.
Ricky Martin could sing. You know.
Oh, yeah. And interesting when they complained about there was no white folk. There was no English words, and they completely missed out on Lady Gaga's bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But no. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Bad Bunny was singing about America. All right. And what the United States of America forget is they're just a tiny fraction of the Americas.
Yeah, I know.
Go onto Google Maps. Google Maps. Just literally look up America, and you'll see a little bit of the United States. Zoom out.
Yeah.
And America is this fucking huge continent.
Yeah. Can I just point out that our part is bigger? Can I just point that out? Our part is bigger.
You can try.
Yeah. No, I can succeed because it's real.
You could wallop it out on the desk.
You know, even though the projection makes the North bigger, Canada's still bigger. We don't drink beer at 3%. The fuck is that? Seriously. Fucking.
Yeah. That's just recycling water, that is.
Yeah, I piss out more alcohol than that. Fuck.
You're just purifying it for the nation.
Exactly.
You take it out the toxins.
We have light beer in Canada that's stronger than your regular beer. Explain that. Come on.
I'll never forget when I was at university and we had like a beer festival, and we had this guy. He was an American. He was a fucking Marine. He was a short ass fucking Marine. I don't know why. I think they used him to like swab out. No, I think they used him to swab out the tank, barrels or something.
Was his name Bovino?
Yeah, never saw him. Just saw the top of his head walk past every now and then. But the thing is, we had this beer festival, and this guy was famous because the cleaners in our hall of residence would never go in his fucking room because it was a dump, and so we had the beer festival. He went down, had half a pint of British beer and collapsed.
Couldn't even find the bottom of a glass of Guinness.
Except you're not like a beer drinker, you're not a big, alcohol drinker, whatever. But it's just like, oh, I'm a fucking Marine, I'm all bravado and all that kind of stuff.
I know how to drink.
I can take a bullet. Yeah. You can take a half a pint of beer.
Yeah, poor bastard can't even drink a Stella and stand up.
Oh buddy. Fuck.
I had to laugh my head off.
Yeah.
But I remember doing that many times in America. We'd be down there playing gigs in the band and whatnot. And Canadians, I mean, we're used to stronger beer, right? No offense. I don't mean to be an asshole to Americans or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
Because I remember we'd go down to the States and the beers would be weaker. And we'd be in the bar, we'd play our gig, and we'd be talking to people. I'd be like, how do you all get such a good buzz on when the beers cost what they cost and they're only like 3% or whatever? And everybody said the same thing. Well, we drink a 6-pack before we go to the bar. What? You got to get started before you get there just so you could be drunk by the end of the night? That's just, it seems like a lot of work.
And even then, you're pissing out more that can affect you anyway in the long run. Yeah. I mean, that is, and let's face it, the whole reason for beer, if you look back into the history, the medieval times, people were drinking beer because it was safer than drinking water.
Yeah, it was fermented and therefore, right?
Yeah, and that's almost what you're doing when you're buying beer from a US bar.
Yeah. When you buy American Budweiser, it's just like colored water.
Yeah.
Right?
Can I have a bottle of Perrier, please? And a shot of vodka to go along with it. Yeah. A vodka chaser.
Yeah, something to make it strong. All right, I think that's why in America.
There you go. That's a great indication there. Yeah. United States and America.
Mm-hmm. Never noticed,
and that was the thing that Bad Bunny was singing about in that last moment when he's got all the people with all the flags of different places in America. He's going, "This is America."
Yeah,
and sometimes the United States forgets.
Yeah,
they're just a small smidgen.
Can I just point out that if you look at America in that picture, it kind of looks like a cow that's had its head cut off with its tail up and a drained udder. Just saying.
Yeah. I think you've got to see a psychiatrist.
Not really. I could point it out later. Yeah. So drain the udder, America. Let's drink.
Oh, cheers. Thank you very much.
Yeah, there you go. So we did have some calls there, Dunk, when you did your little camera thing. People were saying more Dunk, Yeah. I think all you got to do is, use one of those beard stainer things to get the nicotine stains out, and you're all good, That's why I trim mine more, right? So you can't see them, I got this thing going on. You can see it here, right? I'm silvering up here. My sideburns, they're starting to a little bit, but I'm not getting it here at all. Right? Why is it so unbalanced? Why can't it be, like soon I'm going to have a mustache and a silver beard. That doesn't work because people are going to think I'm Valtteri Bottas or something from Formula One growing a stash thinking I'm Mr. 70s man,
Well, we all know it's a wig.
Yeah, I wear a wig. Yeah. Been wearing the same wig since I was 14 years old.
Yeah, just get rid of the lot. Go bold.
Yeah, here.
Go Jean-Luc Picard.
Wouldn't know what to do with myself. I'm going to roll a joint. I got some badass buds this week. Oh, yeah. Really worked out well. See here, I'll show you a chunk.
Yeah, I don't know why you do that. Doesn't help.
It does to people that know what they're looking at. That lovely white dust on the outside means strong.
Yeah, it just looks like mothballs.
Yeah. It's not.
I've harvested a wasp nest. and I've got all this shit.
Look, I used to go to a strange nightclub, and I know mothballs, and that ain't it. Okay. It was a weird place to be. Everybody would just stop and stare at the lights and try to get there. It was weird.
Hang on a minute. I saw this. You got a shout out to do, but
yeah.
I saw this old movie with Peter Cushing.
Oh, he's always good.
Yeah, it was one of these horror movies, and it was about some scientist who brought back moth specimens from the jungles somewhere or whatever, and he managed to make a human
Mothra
hybrid. All right. And so the whole film was just like, this moth person, moth man going around killing people. And right there, I'm spoilers. Right at the end of the film, Peter Cushing and whoever he was with, his accomplice, and they just like set a fire in the woods, and the moth
just flew to
just goes, oh no, look, light, and just like burns, and then just flops onto the fire. You go, oh, well, that was fucking easy then, wasn't it? all this horror and death and destruction, and it's just like he set up a fire, and the moth goes, oh, look at that, I'm having that. And
would have been amazing to have Peter Cushing look right into the camera and say, waste of film that was.
I can't remember the name of the film, but if I
put it on the server, dude. You gotta put it on the server.
It was terrible.
Oh, what do you guys think out there in the live chat? We could start a third. Actually, we've got an abandoned channel, and we could put it to the Shills watch copyright safe movies, and we just watch awful movies and get wasted and laugh at them.
No, I'd rather do that in private. I'm not gonna fucking go online and do that.
I'm not watching movies like that without having the fun of having other people around.
Enough fucking hours hanging out with you guys. I don't want it to turn into my my life.
If I ever wake up wondering where you are because I'm alone in my bed, I'll kill you.
I'll send the Mothman after you.
I've got matches.
Oh.
That's some real intense script writing, no. So after 2 hours of chaos, we're going to light a fire.
Yeah, what was really funny about that movie was there was about 15-20 minutes of someone in this posh house, and they're basically putting on a play.
What?
And it was kind of like a bit Frankenstein-y kind of, and it was really shit. And that was like about 15-20 minutes of the film is someone put on a play. It's like, God, you were fucking filling the time here.
Yeah, what happened? Did the original director come down with herpes?
COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a day off. Yeah. He's put on a play.
The Trump administration is a lot like herpes. Once you got them, they just won't fucking go away.
You just have to chop your cock off. Talking of cocks.
Not usually, but go ahead.
You hear about the amazing what would you say? What do you call it? Like Oh, I can't think what he called. But it's
You
like,
haven't given me enough information to even guess.
no, I'm trying to think what they call it on the internet these days, and it's just like lost me. But no, these
Shagging?
no, but the
Glory hole?
I'm getting shut up. But the it's a life hack.
Oh fuck! I hate that term.
No, a life hack for people who are doing the long distance ski jumping thing.
People that do life hacks should revisit the Tide Pod challenge, as far as I'm concerned. But
No. I'm talking about the Winter Olympics.
Okay.
And the
the cock injectors. Is that where you're going?
The cock injection.
Oh my god! This can't be true. This can't be true.
Yeah, because apparently.
Oh no! I can't even stand the thought.
just that extra bit of bulk improves the airflow.
Well, how it works here, I understand how this works. So, if you inject your junk and make it a little bit more bulbous, the suit has to fit you, but very tightly. And then when your shit shrinks down, it becomes a bit more of a squirrel suit where the material just goes to the side because of the aerodynamics, and it makes you fly better. The theory is solid, but anybody willing to put a needle in their pecker so they can get 5 meters out of a ski jump.
Don't use the word solid.
Oh my god, I can't believe this is real.
I took Viagra before my ski jump.
Oh no. I swear to God. Seriously, think about this. You're putting a needle in your pecker to get a gold medal, and a year from now, nobody will remember who you are. You won't even be on a box of Wheaties. Think about it.
No. If you're putting a needle in your pecker, you should just get a gold medal just for that.
Just for the bravery of the moment.
And just do it on camera.
Oh no, I'm not watching that. I swear to God, I would jump out of my chair. It's just not happening. Oh God.
Oh, and there's that horrible story about the I don't know what he was doing, like bobsleigh.
Oh, the
bobsleigh guy. Was it bobsleigh or no? I don't know. It's all the same to me. Just like sliding down things.
Luge guy, the guys that go forwards, and they're just like, if I'm gonna wipe out, I'm doing it face first. You know?
Yeah. But he had a helmet.
That's skeleton. Luge go back. I don't know. Yeah.
But he had a helmet that was had images, or he had images of athletes who'd been killed during the Ukrainian war. Should point out. Sorry, I should have pointed out. He was Ukrainian. He's a Ukrainian.
I know where you're going now. Yeah, man, this is such bullshit.
And they've kicked him out because of that. Because
the helmet rules.
Helmet rules. Apparently, that's illegal.
Now, here's the thing.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. It's outright illegal. You're not allowed to do it. The Olympic person that announced it was crying while doing it because there's no choice. This is the rules, right?
Yeah.
And I will say, I'm as pro-Ukraine as there can be, but the athlete knew that breaks the rules. It was never going to work, and you get more recognition for winning and Ukraine and stuff and whatnot. I don't think it was the best decision. I really don't.
Well, maybe the fact that this has happened speaks more volumes than winning. I don't know.
I don't think it does, because this talk about somebody being disqualified from the event because of a helmet will die as fast as it can, and the Olympics will move on, the Ukraine war will move on, and nothing will be accomplished. But somebody who actually won, like the Eurovision person and whatnot, that got a lot more attention. I really understand what they were going for. It's kind of like taking a knee in American football and all these things that have happened over time. But the Olympics was not the right venue for it because they have historically been no politics, no nothing. It's only the sport. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
whereas they had the American athlete who being slammed by Trump.
Yeah.
Because they said they're not particularly very happy with everything that's happening in the States.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, though, the American athletes talking about what's going on in America, that's not talking about the sport, but they were asked, how does it feel to represent your country? Well, actually, not very well. That's a little bit of a different situation. I hate to be a downer on anything Ukraine, but that athlete knew it was coming. It's the Olympics. I know it sucks. I know it's not right because they were, glorifying fallen heroes, right? But it's the Olympics. There's just no room for politics. And I do agree with that stance. But fallen heroes are not politics. So the idea of not being able to change your helmet a little bit, I mean, it's the rules, but are they right? It is the rules, though,
Yeah. The interesting thing out of the whole thing is that, like, the news cycle runs so fast.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter what you do in protest or acknowledgement of people. Your story's dead in like a day or two anyway.
Yeah,
which is sad, which is really kind of like sad.
Yeah,
Martin Luther King would have been, they'd have lost interest in him in like half an hour.
Oh, God, less. Are you kidding? It'd have been like, sorry, there wasn't a million people there. The march didn't count or whatever, know. But I don't. I mean, it's not like the commentators don't know what's going on because you have a different helmet. You know what I mean? It's bullshit. But the Olympic guys have always tried to keep politics out, to keep, anything like that out. And it's a tough one. I understand the Olympic side of it. Don't agree with it, but I get it. And the athlete knew going in. So I think there might have been a better way to accomplish that, maybe like a flag with some signatures, and I don't know,
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a tough one, Yeah. Grunge thing says, hey, sometimes I got some good links. Can I be a mod? You're asking the wrong dude, man. Dunk and I are not allowed to make those decisions. We have before. We fucked it up royally. The mod team makes those decisions on their own. It has nothing to do with us. We're not allowed to.
Well, apart from that, we don't want just being dumped with links to stuff.
Well, that's true too, but it's more than that. We're like, our mod team has a whole process. You got to talk to them and the whole bit, right? Our mod team teaches other mod teams how it's done. So
but
we do not fuck with our mod team. That's
but hang on. Grunge thing. He wants to have mod status so he can drop links into the chat. That's not how it works.
Well, here's the thing.
We don't want people just like dropping links into the chat to other stuff.
Well, this is the whole thing. If we drop links that take people away from the show, even if they just put YouTube in the background and go somewhere else, YouTube's cookies can tell if it's the foreground browser or not. And that makes us look like, oh, everybody's ditching your show to look at something else and stuff. It actually does not work out the way you think. It's a really bad thing to do.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Grunge thing, if you want to do that, go to other channels.
Discord.
No. Go to other channels and drop the links to our shows.
Yeah.
That would help.
Yeah, actually, that'll just piss people off. Don't do that either.
I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Yeah. But yeah. Grunge thing means well. He's been around around the channel since nigh on forever, right? But we can't do that, right? You can't, if what grunge thing would be. What you want to do is get onto the team so that you can give us the links so that I can share the pictures and stuff, but we don't share the links, right?
Yes.
We share the information.
It's all done in the background.
Yeah. Well, we hit 2 hours and, that seemed to mean nothing. Are you in a rush? You want to keep going? What do you want to do? I'm only just smoking a joint here, so I got half an hour.
Hang on, I've still got the meter running.
Oh, shit! Look at that. PJ CNET in the background's giving me a slap. You fucking asshole. He says you forgot that Graham is gifting out 5 Shills memberships. Yeah, thanks, Graham. Big thanks indeed. I actually didn't notice it had come in. Huge shout, PJ. This is why I say we got to get PJ running line producer around here because once I've had like 5 beers, fuck, I need the help.
Well, he already is. He's doing it. He's done it.
Yeah. But he should be in our ears. Never mind in text. We'll have to do that thing. Yeah. I'm telling you, we'd be better off if we do it, man. I know.
Fucking flat earther in your ears, not moaning all the time.
Not in the beginning, but now I do. Absolutely,
So it is another little dinky little thought for you.
Trump cock,
yeah. Now, been talking about. I've been mentioned this a few times. About how investigations are going in, the good old newspapers that used to have, the Washington Post, the New York, the people that broke Watergate, and they're all losing their jobs.
It's so fucked up.
Yeah. Now, here's a thought. Why don't all these reporters who investigative reporters get their asses together and start a new independent newspaper that is just purely investigating the Epstein files?
Here. Let me just quickly.
They could every single day would be a new story. You know what I'm saying? Where you gone? You there?
Yeah. I've been waiting along those lines, but a little bit even further deep. I've been waiting for more and more of old media to just give up on the institutions that are being gutted by the oligarchy and join new media. And as such, everybody goes, oh, well, that's a trusted face. I'll watch them. And old media becomes new media and nothing really changes because here's the thing. Aside from Mercado Media, Status Quo, and a few people that are doing on the grounds in Minneapolis, Minnesota, you got a whole lack of people these days, like Brian Taylor Cohen and stuff, talking about how new media is taking over, old media is dead, and blah, blah.
He's got a book out,
Yeah, he's probably working on a second by now. And but the thing is what do? They report on what old media has found out and brought to the masses. That's all they do.
Yeah. They're like vultures, just like picking up a carcass.
Yeah, I challenge anybody in new media saying that old media for news coverage is dead to do 1 month of YouTube without ever
referring
to old media.
Yeah,
I dare you.
Yeah, they all do it. They all do it and
Yeah.
stomp around like fucking peacocks.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean, let's be fair. We will not lie. We're doing the same thing.
Totally.
We do that. We do that. We get our information from the old media.
Yes,
and
we do.
And sometimes we'll bring up what people say in the new media.
Yeah.
But we're not going to lie to you and say, "Oh, we are the forefront of the new news organization."
No, I will say
we're not going to lie.
I will say that new media is where you find the best editorial-based news coverage.
Sometimes.
Quite often, but not the actual breaking news. Breaking news from new media usually comes from old media, and that's still a fact. As many people that are doing all kinds of scouring Twitter and everything and so on. A lot of times what happens is those channels will say, we've got a thing, but we haven't been able to get true confirmation yet. And then what happens is old media breaks the story and new media follows up. But new media's got more clicks, right?
It's like having a channel talking about 1950s rural America as a history because you've watched the Waltons.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. DK Art and Design in the chat was saying doing the little exclamation Discord. I think that's like a Nightbot command or something. I don't think we have that, but mods will get a Discord invite for you right away, and there's one in the description as well. Now, I don't want to dump on new media because that's not what I'm doing. I think new media has a real place in this, but I don't think new media has truly gotten off the couch enough to find its own news yet.
There are certain channels that...
There are some, yes.
I hadn't finished my fucking sentence.
Yeah, but I'm agreeing with you, Yeah.
You don't even know what I was going to say.
Okay, keep going. I bet I do.
But no, there are some of the what you call air quotes new media channels who are actually doing interviews.
Yeah.
With the the politicians, the people involved. So that sort of thing is going on, and that's great.
It's starting, for sure. Yeah.
There is a certain crossover. I mean, I think it was David Pakman who was one of the people who went to Washington where they were trying to do like a whole kind of like a new media kind of like conference, and how do we go from here and all this kind of stuff. So there are certain people like working on it, but but in general they'll bring up they'll do a video and it's like, oh, what's on MSN or what's on Fox News, and here's a clip, and it's like, oh,
very much, and I just think it's a little bit more honest to acknowledge the fact that as new media people, we're very much trying to help spread, and through personality and commentary and editorial and stuff, we're probably better at farming a community out of it than like 60 Minutes was on television. You know what I mean? But without the old guard, we still have a lot of fuck all to talk about.
It's like we can afford a reporter to go to Washington and just stand outside the White House and record and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's never going to fucking happen.
Fuck, if we can afford a reporter, I want somebody to go get me another 6-pack. Are you kidding? Right?
He would get the reporter to get you a 6-pack.
You know what? Double duty. I like the idea, right? But I just... I don't want to keep going on about it, but let's be honest here. Right now, it's a mutually beneficial situation, right?
Yeah.
Very much so. Kind of like a game of hockey, and a puck.
Oh, you also get like things like the new media that will highlight the old media and the bullshit
Yeah.
around, being part of that media.
Yeah.
I'll say things like Fox News and something like that.
Yeah.
They'll love to bring up, some Fox News stuff and just highlight how shitty they are.
Well,
Sorry,
I mean, you've got...
I got a burping thing going on here.
Yeah. But you've got like oligarchy buying up news sites, and yet the people that work there are still trying to be honest to goodness news people the way they have their entire careers. It's a little bit conflicting right now. It must be very hard to be some of these old guard that are dealing with Bezos and all of a sudden owning their fucking company, right? It must be a nightmare.
Yeah, but that's just kind of like a shift of people who are in charge, because the press has always been like that.
Yeah.
It's not. To be honest, the press has always been like certain papers will be like
they've always had leans, especially with editorial, and editorial is the vast majority of news right now. I mean, look at anybody like Cohen, MSN, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. They give you 3 minutes of news and 12 minutes of padding editorial to get them to the point where they can have 3 ad breaks in a fucking video, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what's really going on. Half of this is being driven by the desire to keep a good income going, right? Taylor Cohen is just as guilty, and all those folks of doing that, as the Republicans are with handing out contracts and things and stuff to people and all this kind of shit, right?
It's funny because on the series Rome that I worked on, there was always a bit in the episode where basically this guy comes out and just basically regales the news to the plebs, and it was always just like full of political bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's like this has been happening throughout time.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed. There was no moment in history where you had a news reporter going, right, I'm going to tell you the truth. This is how it. This is how it is. It's never fucking happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I keep hearing about this, ground news. Yeah, the website that is supposed to give you an indication of where the source is coming from and how on what side it's kind of like.
And who runs it? Jai Ping?
Well, that's the thing. It's just like you look and think, it's been run by the oligarchy. So I guess I'll believe that then.
Exactly.
Where do you go?
Yeah. That's the whole thing. That's why, like, unless you can, like, I would love it if we had 300,000 subs and we could have some paid people in the background truly curating and doing some real, so we had our own thing going on and everything. But a sad reality is the average YouTuber that gets to 300,000 would rather make sure their own personal thing is, really cushy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I need my yacht.
I mean, for the love of God, if I won $40 million, the last thing I would do is have some Prince Andrew-like cottage with 30 bedrooms in it. But can you imagine? You have a house too big for yourself. So what's the answer? You hire staff to take care of it. Have a smaller house. The fuck? What the hell? Really?
Well, Well, in Prince Andrew's case, it's probably, staff is probably all from Epstein Island.
All right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, staff.
Yeah.
I mean, stiff.
I just don't understand it, I can't imagine being in a situation where I'm like, well, I'm going to have to employ 4 people just to take care of my home.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I'd love to be in that situation. I'd love it.
Really?
Yeah, Daphne, I've completely forgotten how to wipe my bottom. He got one of those big cables in the toilet.
Yeah, but with your luck, it would be Velma that comes over to do it for you. You know,
Velma's great.
Velma was secretly in love with Daphne the whole time. Come on.
Yeah, lesbians.
I hope so.
Yeah,
it gives me hope in the world.
She was too busy doing the dog.
Well, the dog had the best dope, right?
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I mean that's why they had the dog, right? He was the dealer. He kept them all high, right?
Yeah, he was an ex, cop dog, so he knew how to sniff it out.
Yeah, they'd go to truck stops and the dog would go and steal stash and then they'd take off, right? You know?
Scooby snacks.
I always thought, was the original voice of Shaggy Casey Kasem?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. He has a very unique thing, you know, you can tell, right? He was everywhere as a voice guy.
I didn't know. I mean, to be fair, Casey Kasem, I knew nothing about him till when was it? Like the 80s and
the American Top 40, right?
Yeah, no, I think but I think it was like the 90s where they started showing Casey Kasem's show on the UK really fucking late at night.
I didn't know he had a show.
Yeah, no, it did like, you know, like you say, the top 40s or top 20s or whatever.
Yeah, it was a radio show for me, the American Top 40. You know.
Yeah, no, he had a TV show, and it would. I never heard of him before. Suddenly, this dude comes on, blathering on, and I had no idea there was a connection between him and Scooby-Doo.
Well, as soon as I heard Casey Kasem do the American Top 40 or whatever the jingle was, I heard that voice and I was like, "Oh my God, you're like 30 cartoon characters I've heard in my life, right?" Yeah. I knew instantly, you know.
Yeah, exactly. He probably has, you know. He's, you know, you probably look at his IMDb and it's just like,
oh yeah, you know,
all voiceover work.
Yeah.
I mean, quite frankly, Casey Kasem's top. What do you know about fucking music anyway?
Well, it wasn't done by him. He just talked about it, right? You know,
exactly.
I remember every time I heard him do the long distance dedication, I was like, this is made up. There's no fucking way. I don't believe it. You know,
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, one 12-year-old girl would dedicate a song to a 13-year-old boy she met at camp, and then they had to go back home. And she still loves him and wants to play Careless Whisper or whatever. You know, it was just awful.
Yeah, but she's in the Epstein files now.
Whenever I used to record the American Top 40 on cassette over the radio, I'd always skip that part. I didn't care.
Fucking romantic, fucking teenager.
Exactly, right? You know?
I know true love.
Yeah.
He's busy banging all the other girls he can get his hands on.
Yeah, and it was always that story of we met on vacation and it's a love forbidden. Like it was always some bullshit like that, you know? You know, I remember having a girlfriend and having to go on vacation, and I didn't tell the stories of vacation when I got home. I'm just saying. It's just you didn't do that. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, say no more, say no more.
Into photography, was she?
Yeah, something like that. There's a couple of stories in the news right now where Microsoft Windows 11 has some seriously brutal exploits, 0-day exploits. If you don't know what that means do not go to a fucking website you don't trust right now. But more than that, one of the Xbox Microsoft leader crew has actually come out and said in a little delivery to the public that they're starting to acknowledge they've made a mistake with Windows 11's direction.
Oh, is it in the Epstein files?
Now, the funny thing is in my view of the world, the entire Windows 11 debacle is a mistake in direction, right? But I think they were referring to stuffing too much AI into both Windows and Office 365 too quickly. Not that, you know, you can't even have a real home folder and all this kind of other bullshit, you know. Personally, I don't understand how you people run Windows right now. I just no fucking way.
You've been away from it for 2 years and you're now completely fucking lost.
Actually, remember we were talking about when I got this Mac Studio, and I have had it for 3 years and 2 months is what it works out to now. Yeah, I've been away from Windows for 3 years, back to Mac. And because I bought my computer when it was 10 months old, and it was released in 2022.
Oh, at least no one from the Apple Core are in the Epstein files.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Epstein dealt in. You know what? I'm not doing that joke. I'm not. Let's just say that Epstein didn't do anything that Tim Cook was going to find fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could not deal with what's going on in the Windows world right now. If I had a PC, I would uninstall Windows and install Linux as fast as possible.
I mean, yeah, back in the day when you were using Windows, you weren't particularly happy about it back then.
I hate it. But I scream and yell at my Apple computer as well. It's, to be honest.
Oh, we scream at all devices these days.
There's no such thing as,
let's not hide from them.
Yeah, you know.
They're always shit and they're out to get us.
If you're a PC user and you're going to start going, oh, fucking Apple fanboy. Yeah, not quite. You want to hear my rants on Apple? Holy fuck, do I hate a lot of it. But I still prefer Mac OS over Windows 11 right now. Right? And with the PC industry's RAM pricing increase and the value of GPU skyrocketing, there's no such thing as an Apple tax anymore. It's all expensive. So fucking deal with it. You know?
What was it? It was Linus Tech Tips was reviewing.
His bulb is fading.
But no, he was reviewing a graphics card that was, I didn't watch the fucking video. I couldn't be bothered. But it was like a $6,000 graphics card.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what the thing is NVIDIA and has been doing this for years. They take the regular card that you and I can buy, right? They'll add a little bit extra RAM to it and certify the drivers and triple the cost. But the the CPU, pretty much the same.
Wow.
Yeah. They've been doing this for decades, man. It's fucking ridiculous. But in the AI world, it seems like now that they're just charging even more for them. What's going on is so bad right now in the tech world. We're getting screwed so bad. My computer is going on 4 years old. It's an Apple Studio M1. It's the original M1, but it is an Ultra. And I still have lots of, leg room to go. But if I was faced with buying a new computer right now, I'd be devastated at what's going on. The pricing, the value for dollar.
You mean a Mac or a PC?
Everywhere, because Macs were already too expensive, but you were buying into an ecosystem where the hardware lasts, in my opinion, longer and runs nicer for like 5-7 years. In the Windows world, $1,000 computer runs like shit inside of 4 years, right? But in the Windows world right now, the pricing is so astronomical that nobody can laugh at Apple users for buying these overpriced computers anymore, right? You know?
The Mac prices don't seem to have like risen that much.
They haven't gone up at all during all this.
Yeah, compared to what you need to buy a PC.
Yeah. You know, Apple price,
which is kind of bonkers because that was the whole fucking point of the PC.
Yeah,
It's just like off the shelf stuff. You just bung it into a case.
Yeah.
That was the point.
Yeah, Apple RAM prices were gouging and blah blah, and you're insane if you buy that stuff because in the PC world we can get it cheaper, and now you can't. So. You know, a lot of people in the PC world right now are really excited that Steam, the game company, you know, the whole thing, Steam, right? They're about to bring out a full-on operating system proper that you can put on a PC. It runs like a Linux OS, and let's face it, most of you people out there that are hanging on to Windows, you don't understand that you don't need it. You pretty much live in a web browser these days. You should be running Linux anyway. And SteamOS is about to seriously nail that point down for a lot of people. I'm really excited about SteamOS, man.
Yeah, but is it going to bring the system requirements down to a normal heady level? As opposed to you have to have like the fucking top of the range.
No, SteamOS is based on Linux, so you get all the benefits of being able to use 4-year-old hardware and still have it faster than the average Windows computer, right? You know, and Steam has been their what is it called, Proton and stuff? I can't remember, but Steam has been doing a lot of work to get these layers of translation going where you can run Windows games under Linux, no problem. And there are actual instances where the translation to Linux makes the game run better. And
it should do because it's trimmed down.
And a lot of new games because of Steam and their rush to this. Well, not rush because they've been teasing SteamOS and Steam boxes for years. But a lot of game companies are really looking to this SteamOS now as a breakaway from Windows monopoly and whatnot. And I'm very excited about this because if we could break gaming away from Windows, the Windows monopoly would start to seriously collapse because there's a lot of gamers out there that all tell their friends, don't get a Mac, don't get this and that. You got to have a Windows box. They won't be doing that anymore.
Well, here's the thing that's interesting. If you go back to the original OS 10 on the Mac, if they had kept it as slim as they did back then, gaming would be great on a Mac, but they've gone like bloated it over the years. The same as Windows has done. You know, it would have been a great platform for that. But Apple
has traditionally always gone for a less than perfect graphics card. And as such, game developers that try to partner with Apple, like you remember the original Halo was supposed to be a Mac exclusive game until Microsoft bought the fucking game studio, right?
Yeah.
But Apple has always gone, we're into gaming. And then their graphics card is 30% as lower than the best PC. Apple has never gave a fuck about gaming. You know, and to me, that was a bad move always because gaming is bragging rights. It just is, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, to be honest, I mean, I've never cared. I've said it before.
Yeah.
I'm not really a gamer. I use my Mac.
Yeah.
For what I wanted, what it was built for. But yeah,
no, we're gonna be
as far as a general. Look at the computer industry. They kind of like punch up on that.
even with this whole Steam push, keep in mind, it's not like Windows gaming is dead and gone. It's still the king. It's going to be a while before they're toppled, right? But more and more, you're starting to see game developers put more effort into the Linux side of things. And how long until all of those gamer people start to say, you don't need Windows. You want Linux to their grandparents and parents because that's the computer they can easily maintain for them. It's not far off before Microsoft is really looking in the mirror going, wow, have we fucked this up?
Yeah, but whatever happened to the days of the consoles, Xbox and, PlayStation, because they were kind of like the desktop gamer replacements, and they were the best of the best of the best. Why is it that gamers kind of like, go back to the desktop computers because they're just not good enough?
No, but there's two types of gamer. There's console gamers and computer gamers. There's no longer some kind of thing, right? And console gamers have become so big that, especially with PlayStation, it seems to be kicking the ass of the Xbox. I'm not really sure, but console gamers are so big that PC gamers are now left to pay a lot of a premium to get that better experience. It's not like it was even 10, 12 years ago. I think would it be fair to say, PJ CNET in the chat will know, a few others as well, would Crisis be the separation where PC gaming became more expensive, like a lot more, not just some? Was it Crisis that did that? Because that's where I go back to, where, the game came out and it was so goddamn powerful on computers that you almost needed the next generation to unlock the damn game, right?
Yeah, because the thing is, I look back at the console days, and I would go back to the early PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and you just get like a disc, you shove it in your thing, and you play a really cool game. That's fun. But games these days, and I say games because they're not games, they're simulations. And what I see coming out of it is like on the PC gaming thing is you get like extra frames per second, you get extra detail, you get extra details in the rendering. Which the consoles, get up to a point.
Well, consoles are about 60 frames per second these days, max. And in the PC gaming, the same game, you're going to be, if you've got good hardware, you're way over 100. And if you're talking about a first person and shooter and whatnot, I can't believe, because the PC with the frames, they have more, accuracy, ability, agility, and whatever. I was shocked when they started doing crossover gaming with PCs and consoles, because how do they make it fair? Don't the PC gamers just have an edge?
Yeah.
Like with a high res mouse versus somebody with two little thumbsticks. How does the thumbstick person even compete? I don't get it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I also don't care.
Yeah,
which is odd. But that's besides the conversation.
I do want to say we are in a golden age of retro gaming right now with the FPGA stuff. Until the RAM crisis, it was coming down in price, and we were able to get cycle accurate old school gaming. It's so good. I was just getting ready to jump into that world and finally enjoy it, and now the prices have skyrocketed again. I'm so sick of greed.
Whoa. Wait, if you're talking about vintage gaming, you only need 16 kilobytes of RAM, don't you?
Yeah. Well, yes and no, but it's not about the vintage gaming needs 64 kilobyte or, right, K RAM or whatever. But when you're playing on an FPGA that's doing cycle accurate recreation of hardware, you need more than that. And so the DEC 10 Nano, I think that's on the brains for a lot of these FPGA retro consoles and stuff you can get right now. It's jacking in price too.
Right.
And it's bullshit because it doesn't cost any more to create that goddamn unit now than it did a month ago. But because other RAM-centric hardware is getting more expensive, everybody else is going, I'll raise the price too. I mean, case in point here, I've got a couple of these HP Z820 workstation computers from like 10, 12 years ago, dual Xeons. They're badass workstations and they can take 512 gigs of RAM. So we were thinking on using the second one I have as an AI host. And sure, it would be CPU, not GPU. So it'd be a bit slower, but we could put 512 gigs of RAM in that stupid computer and run a big model. So we could do all kinds of fun images with Trump and everything and whatnot, right? Now, a couple of months ago, that RAM would have cost me about $180 American. But because there's a RAM shortage for modern graphics cards and stuff, eBay assholes have now raised the RAM price for this one from $180 to $700. It's old RAM. No one's going to pay that, you fucking scammer assholes. But now I got to wait 6 months for everybody to go, I guess it's not going to work, and put the price back, right?
And where has this RAM pricing issue? Where's it come from? Where's it stemmed from?
AI.
Well, I mean, literally, is it just
AI?
Like people? No, you can't just say it's AI.
But I can, because all of the manufacturing for modern RAM is being devoted to AI. So anything the consumers can get out of it has tripled in price now. That's what's happening.
Yeah. We're talking about supply and demand.
Right, and when there's demand above supply, price goes up.
Yeah.
That's where we are. Right. That's where we are. It's bullshit. It's complete bullshit because most people don't even want Google's little AI mode and whatnot, right? But here we are. We can't even get fair price computers anymore because everybody wants us to subscribe to their AI client.
I saw a great little Facebook post where it said, are you used AI from a farm that's burning the power of the several suns to create this image of me as a cutie little animated girl to post onto. I mean, really, is AI worth this kind of expenditure of
when
resources?
When somebody can do this, an AI of Trump and Melania put together at the same time, it's funny as hell. But that is not data center cripple a town's energy infrastructure and everything worthy. We can just run that on our own computers. You know what I mean? That this is the thing with this modern AI bubble is A, it's going to burst. B, they're all investing in each other because it's sending the value of the stock market soaring. But nobody to this point understands what AI is good for except for shitty code and memes. Right? I mean, right now, AI code is rampant in apps for your phone and whatnot and so on. And every one of them is failing because the code sucks. And they're rushing it. Not only, like, if you were to use the AI to code properly, it would take just as long as humans and you'd get really good code. But that defeats the entire purpose in the oligarchy of tech. They want cheaper, faster, better. It's not helping anyone. It's actually worse. And I can only imagine in 2 years, after we've had a lot of AI code, how bad the security vulnerabilities are going to be. Because is anybody rushing to make AI code the next big app that can make them a millionaire and then sell to a billionaire as a startup and stuff? Do any of them give a fuck about your security, or do they give a shit about their wallets?
Well, I wish I could figure out how to do that.
Oh, I'm sure you could, but unless you have venture capital behind you to pay for the ad space on the App Store to get you up to the top, won't matter anyway. That's the other thing. I mean, we're fighting this on YouTube right now. Do you guys watching know that YouTube has a promote tab in Studio? Not only can we pay to promote our own videos, which is against the entire platform of YouTube, right? But I could pay to promote somebody else's video without their permission, and I could promote them into areas of interest that have nothing to do with their video, and as such, help tank their YouTube numbers and negatively affect their channel. And it would only cost me about $500 per video. That's how easy it is right now. That's the truth.
So can we take Pam Bondi's channel and promote it to victims of rape?
Yeah, well, Pam Bondi's channel is the White House channel, and I don't think YouTube's going to let us mess with that right now. But
yeah, promote it,
right? Yeah. But literally, we could go and find somebody who's a hardcore anti-MAGA, and we could promote their channel into the hard right MAGAsphere, and they'll get all kinds of impressions because of the promotion, but nobody will click it. So their click-through rate will tumble, and it will negatively affect their channel in the YouTube algorithm. We can actually do that to people right now. How fucked is that?
Well, it's a good job we're cheap and we don't do that.
Yeah, but I think the enforcer's been paying against us. I'll tell you that. So what do we got here? I've got to get some food in me, man. We've been doing this too long. We're almost at 3 hours. Let's give our team a shout out here. Who's in the show tonight? We got Mexi Girl on the account. We got PJ CNET in the house.
I think they're all asleep.
Yeah, we got Jose in the chat here. Chris Lundy has been doing a thing in the background, hardcore server stuff. Big shout out to him. Who else do we got here? AI Alchemist was in the chat earlier. Who?
Who's B? You got Jose? You got Jose V?
Yeah, Jose B, and Jose, right?
Yeah.
Get the whole family in there, right?
Good Mexican joke.
Yeah, Shayna's in the chat. Shayna's here. Shayna's always here. Well, Shayna's OG Shills, right? Super chat Matt's in the chat.
She likes my big ears.
She likes it when you bull out your big 10-inch record of a band who plays the blues.
No, that's not the 10-inch she likes.
Yeah, it's an old Aerosmith joke. You got to be there. So let's see. Good consumer advice.
I think you just did that in the last 20 minutes.
I was just going to say, I think we've been there and done that. But here's another one. If somebody says, I got a deal that's too good to be true, kick them in the nuts and then see if they still have something to sell you, because I'm pretty sure their opinion's going to change.
I had this phone call today. And it was like, "Oh, hello, my name's Jim. I'm from BT. I want to talk about your internet." And I was like, "Oh, I'm thinking, well, I'm not with BT. I'm with Virgin." So I just told him, "Yeah, sod off." And he goes, "Oh, sod off to you too, then." So you're not from BT then?
Yes. Exactly. I had somebody call me today. I'm calling you from Bell Virgin, whatever, in Canada, and I just hit the button. I'm not a customer. It's just
idiots.
Fuck you. And you know what? Fuck your boss for making you piss me off.
Yeah, but what's funny is they get pissy with you.
Yeah.
Because you see through their scam.
Yeah.
It's like why?
Yeah, it's not my fault you have a shitty job. It's your father's, So remember, fellow babies, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.
Yeah, and keep your dick in a vice.
Yeah. And hey, I think Nick over on In Time streaming live, the mods will give you a link in the live chat because, if you listen to us this far, you should listen to somebody else as well.
I can give you a short insight into his video. Is blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Right now, he's emotionally crushed that he's an American and he's trying to sift through it. I'm sure,
I am so surprised that he's not been on live every single fucking night this week because just the stuff coming out is just like how Nick how can you just like pick and choose? We're just gonna be on live every fucking night.
We're gonna have to start a GoFundMe to care for that guy's therapy coming up. Okay, so it's good night for me.
It's good night from me.